Here we go.
Bourne Ultimatum is directed by Paul Greengrass, and it stars Matt Damon reprising his role for the third and final time as Jason Bourne. So we thought. Guys, we are just days away from the new Jason Bourne film, and I am so excited I think I'm going to explode! But in order to do a proper review of that film, I have been going through all of the Matt Damon Bourne films and reviewing them one by one. So that brings us to where we are today with the Bourne Ultimatum. Keep in mind this review will also contain spoilers like my past reviews have, nothing big, just minor plot points and characters. This movie once again follows Jason Bourne as he is on the run from a corrupt CIA official and his agents, which come from a new assassin program while he searches for answers of the origins of his past life. Now, being that this is the last film in this trilogy, this is the culmination of all the events, and they come together in one freaking fantastic climax of a film. I personally think that the Bourne Trilogy is criminally overlooked when people think about the best movie trilogies. Most people think of the Lord of the Rings, the Toy Stories, the Godfathers, the Star Wars, but I don't really feel like anybody truly appreciates how great this trilogy is. This trilogy is a rare case in that it progressively gets better and better with each film. There are so many things that make this trilogy, and more specifically this film, so special. Everything we loved about the previous Bourne films is here with this movie. The exciting action, the tight and intelligent story that's not too intelligent that it's very hard to understand, and the fantastic directing of Paul Greengrass. Paul Greengrass once again continues to blow away expectations and bring the series to a tight and cohesive conclusion that builds on the success of its predecessors rather than just riding on the back of them. He once again proves that he can utilize the close-up, handheld look of this film, which works so well with this tight-knit, intense, and engaging action that this series is known for. And I'd also like to give credit to Oliver Wood, who is the cinematographer of all three of the Bourne films. He was obviously able to work well with both of these directors, and was able to accomplish something that didn't feel like two separate stories. It didn't feel like two separate styles from two separate directors. And of course, Matt Damon reprises his role as Jason Bourne, and in my opinion, this is his best performance as that character. He once again shows that he is much deeper than just the suave, debonair assassin. He has depth, he has conviction, and he really feels guilty for what he has done, and he wants to make it right. Something interesting that I picked up on this movie is that it has a lot of intentional repetition. I first noticed it when Bourne is in the diner with Nikki. It looks very similar to the first film when he was there with Marie. It also does something similar when Nikki is dyeing and cutting her hair, just like Marie did in the first film. And I think it's really great visual storytelling because you see the look on Bourne's face and you can tell how he feels. You can tell that he feels obligated to protect Nikki because the last woman in his life that was doing these things got shot, and he feels like he needs to keep her safe. There's also a really subtle repetition when Bourne stops the assassin from killing him. He points the gun at him the same way he did to Karl Urban in the Bourne Supremacy. But except this time he lets the assassin live because he realizes the blood that he has on his hands throughout this series, and the horrible monster that the CIA has kind of molded him into being. And not to mention that this film ends with Bourne in the water, shot, but except this time he swims away safe and sound. If you can't tell, this is my favorite of the Bourne films. It's intelligent, it's intense, it's fast-paced, and not to mention, it has my favorite scene out of all the Bourne films, period. The chase scene in Tangier where Bourne is running on the rooftops and he grabs that laundry and he wraps around his hands and he's jumping on the glass and then he jumps through the window and you get that awesome hand-to-hand combat scene with that assassin. It is just perfection. The Bourne Ultimatum is a fantastic film and it is a perfect conclusion to this trilogy. Rewatching this whole series gets me so unbelievably pumped for Jason Bourne. I'm all caught up to speed. It was really awesome studying these films and really appreciating them more than just an awesome action movie. Once again, these films are criminally underrated and I really think that they should be held to a higher level. I think this is one of the best trilogies of all time because with a lot of trilogies, the third film, or at least one of the films, doesn't seem as strong as the other movies. But with the Bourne Trilogy, it gets better and better progressively with each film. I can't say enough about this series. I love it. It is so much fun. It's so well directed. Jason Bourne is such an amazing, badass character, and I am so excited for the new movie! Thank you guys for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie-related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.